Oh,
Oh, are you there? There you
thank
go.
you, everyone. Sorry. Part of my report tonight involves the capital project bids. So we recently opened the capital project bids. This is for the capital project that was approved in the spring of 2019. Obviously, our timeline has shifted a bit because of COVID, and we're behind the schedule we normally would be at this point. But I'm happy to say that it was a good bidding environment. We had several bids for each part of the phase of construction. All four of the bids you're going to review tonight were the lowest bidders. However, they have been vetted and de-scoped by SWBR, our architects, to make sure that they fully understand the scope of their bid and all of the work we expect to be included. Some of these people have worked with Tri-Valley before with very positive results. So I'm confident that the bids tonight represent our best possibility for completing the project in a timely and, more importantly, financially, fiscally sound manner. So the first award, and I'll just walk through them individually. The first award is for the general construction work, the GC as we call it. That's Bast Hatfield, and that is $2,789,000. The second is for the mechanical work. This is for SNO Construction Services, and that's $462,128. Next is the electrical work. That's Meal Electric, and that bid is for $363,135.97. And lastly, SNO, who is also doing the mechanical work, was the successful bidder for the plumbing work, and that is $361,534. I have to tell you, on a personal note, this is the first construction bid I've been a part of. It's an interesting experience, having contractors sitting in our parking lot until the very last minute and walking the figures in at the final bell is pretty interesting. But from what I'm told, it's much like an NFL draft war room, where they're talking to each other and they're getting figures right up until the final moment. But like I said, all of these have been vetted. The architects and LaChase, our construction managers, feel confident that these are good bids, and they fall within the scope of the $6 million we have allotted for this phase of the capital project. Secondly, for my report, I want to let parents know that as of 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll be posting a survey on our Facebook and web pages regarding the second semester of school. When we set up the instructional models for each kid in the beginning, I think you'll remember that I told parents that the decision they made was going to hold through the first semester. Well, the second semester will be starting in early February, and to be true to our word, we're trying to survey parents to see if they want to make any changes to how their child is receiving instruction. The survey is a quick survey. It should only take a minute to fill out. I ask parents to read the directions very carefully. I will also tell them that some options, like coming to school 5 days a week, is not available at this time. So I don't want to dash anybody's hopes, but the options we have there are the ones that we're able to manage in the middle of this pandemic. There'll be a phone blast going out tomorrow morning, right at 9 o'clock, and then the survey will be active right after the phone blast. We're asking all parents to complete the survey by next Wednesday, January 13th at noon. If you're, and I use the word happy in italics, if you're happy with what your child is doing right now with regards to how they're getting their instruction, you don't need to complete the survey at all. Just ignore the survey. This is only for those parents who wish to make a change. And as always, we will do our best to honor every request as we can do, maintaining social distancing, bus seating, classroom size, and most importantly, the number of kids in classrooms. So that is my report for this evening. Does anybody have any questions?
No questions?
Yeah, so Carrie, at this time, you'll have to vote on each one of those contract bids.
Okay. First, I do want to mention that we do have our full board in attendance. I did not take roll call, so all of our board members are present. I do want to make a note in the agenda. So the first item is the Bid award for the general construction work contract 2020 capital improvement project for Bast Hatfield Construction LLC. Be it resolved, the board awards the bid for the general construction work contract to Bast Hatfield Construction LLC for the 2020 capital improvement project at $2,789,000. The bid is attached to the public portion of the agenda. I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion Joe, second Kim. Any discussion? Please proceed to vote by raising your right hand. That is unanimous, Norma. Next, we have the bid award mechanical work contract 2020 capital improvement project S&O Construction Services, Inc. Be it resolved, the board awards the bid for the mechanical work contract to the S&O Construction Services, Inc. for the 2020 capital improvement project at $462,128. The bid is attached to the public portion of the agenda. Need a motion and a second. Motion Pat, second Joe. Any discussion? Please proceed to vote by raising your right hand. That is unanimous, Norma. Next, we have bid award electrical work contract 2020 capital improvement project Meal Electric Company, Inc. Be it resolved, the board awards the bid for the electrical work contract to Meal Electric Company for the 2020 capital improvement project at $363,135.97. The bid is attached to the public portion of the agenda. Now, motion and a second. Motion Joe, second Aaron. Any discussion? Please proceed to vote by raising your right hand. That is also unanimous, Norma. Next, we have bid award plumbing work contract 2020 capital improvement project S&O Construction Services, Inc. Be it resolved, the board awards the bid for the plumbing work contract to S&O Construction Services, Inc. for the 2020 capital improvement project at $361,534. The bid is attached to the public portion of the agenda. We have a motion and a second. Motion Joe, second Keith. Any discussion? Please proceed to vote by raising your right hand. That is also unanimous, Norma. Next, are there any items the board wishes to have pulled from tonight's consent agenda? No? I need a motion and a second. Motion Kim, second Kathy. Any discussion? Please proceed to vote by raising your right hand. That is also unanimous, Norma. Board committee reports. I do not believe we have any committees that will be meeting or need to meet. Old business, there are no items of old business. Public comment session for items that are not on tonight's agenda, there are no items. Announcements, reminders, upcoming events, other than the survey that will be circulated. Are there any other announcements, Mike?
Now, we have opened up the portal to register officially for indoor track and for alpine skiing. So those sports, those varsity sports are starting this month. Right now, we have not been given the okay for the high risk, more contact sports for the winter, but we do have 2 teams that are officially starting their seasons.
Which is great news. We're very happy to hear that we're finally moving forward in a positive direction.
I think we have, our numbers are higher for each of the sports than they normally would be, which is great. That means kids are taking advantage of it. That's what we want.
And that includes modified as well. So it's varsity and modified?
Yes, all levels.
All right. Any other questions or announcements? All right, new business. We have the PPS update. There was a presentation prepared by Daniel Cornish attached to the public portion of the agenda. I hope everyone had ample time to review it. Do you have any questions or comments? No? All right, moving along. There is no need for an executive session at this point, so I do need a motion and a second to adjourn. Motion Kim, second Aaron. I'm sure there's no discussion. Any discussion?
Nope.
Please proceed to vote by raising your right hand. Thanks, Joe. Okay. All right. Thank you, Tri-Valley. Happy New Year. Be well. Wash hands, face masks, and good evening. 7:10 p.m. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.